Gumbo, a continuing look at the world of writers, writing, publishing, and all other peripheral events. My name is Fred Klein. I'm the chief stirrer. I have been in publishing, and actually, one of the things I was just telling my guest that I did is that I edited a book called The Film Encyclopedia, which is in a lot of libraries throughout the country.
Yeah,
not on bookstores, book stands all over, which my current friend here, his book is on. Anyhow, so I'm Fred Klein, and he is Sandy Schklair.
That was very good. That was very, very close.
My tongue sort of did a back flip there.
You and everybody else. Schklair.
He is in the midst of trying to do something absolutely fascinating. I mean, he has a great career in film, but he's currently trying to do something that I just am on the sidelines wishing you well. But before we get to that mystery book which you're here to promote, you said something about having lived in Santa Barbara at one point.
I did.
Would you start from the beginning? Where are you from? I say you're from New York.
Nah, much better. I'm from Chicago. We have better pizza. We have better food.
Oh, that's right. That's where pizza. That's actually
That's
where I had my
Chicago pizza.
Yeah.
New York pizza.
Pizza
that you can fold. I'll take a lot of grief for that.
Yeah.
This is a conversation on every movie set I've ever been on.
Okay.
New York pizza versus Chicago pizza at all times. Now, I was born in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
Love Chicago.
Love
Greatest city on earth, worst weather on the planet Earth. Chicago is great in the spring and the fall. You do not want to be in Chicago in the winter or the summer.
Okay.
It's awful.
Yeah.
However, Taste of Chicago is something that has to be seen. Music, food, never stops. It's fabulous. So I lived in Chicago.
Yeah.
Went to the first 3 universities in Chicago. I'm an academic.
You were kicked out, or
No.
of your own volition? You moved.
I'm an academic. I spent 11
You look like an academic. Yes.
It's almost a religion for me. I spent 11 years in university academics.
Yes.
And then you get the dreaded question, so are you going to teach or are you going to leave? I left. It was time to go to reality. So I left academics.
Okay.
Drifted out to California. I went to medical school. Came out to California.
Went to medical school too?
Yes. I love academics.
Okay.
I'm a good Jewish boy. I went to medical school.
Okay, mother would be happy.
Yes.
Yeah,
spent 4 years there. Decided this is so not for me.
Yeah.
Packed my things in the car overnight.
How old are we now? About 19?
No. I stayed in undergraduate and graduate academics. Just the degrees just start piling up after a while because they do. Picked up 3 or 4 degrees and then went to medical school, and then I had enough, and that was it.
Still in Chicago?
Medical school was Chicago. I just love school, so I ended up going to various universities. You know, when the teacher says, I want your report to be between 10 pages and 20 pages, the 20 was for me. 20, how can I keep this under 20 pages? And everybody else, how can I get 10 pages out of this? No, the 20 is always for me. When it comes to a keyboard, I can go forever. So
the keyboard is fine for you, I see.
I love the keyboard. The keyboard is where I am best.
All right, because you said you've done some screenplays. I got to hear about that.
Sure.
Well, okay, so here we are. Are we giving up?
We're out of Chicago. We gave up on medicine, paid off the student loans.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Started a film career and never looked back. I love making movies.
In Chicago or
only out here.
Only out here.
The film community in Chicago, it's great now. It was not 30 years ago. At least I was not aware of that. Hollywood. Come to Hollywood.
So what are we talking about? The 1970s, 80s?
The 90s, the late 80s.
90s, okay.
Sure.
So you came out, really I think still it's good. That was a relatively good time for films, wasn't it?
Always.
Great.
It's always a good time for movies.
And you said that you've done lots of screenplays. That's what brought me out here.
See.
Was a book that I had worked on back in New York City when I was in publishing.
Nice.
And I thought, shouldn't it be a movie? And I spent like $60,000 developing the thing, and it just went right down the drain.
That sounds so normal.
Yeah?
2 rules of filmmaking. Never use your own money, never shoot in your own house. I believe in these rules. I've broken them both, but I do believe in them, yes.
All right, well now, so But you, so you started in technically though. You ended up being a script supervisor because I have to hear about the players.
So, the way it kind of works. I'm in the emergency room at Cook County, Chicago, hating my life in every possible way. However, every day you are awash in drama, stories, backgrounds.
Chicago Med.
Comedy.
It's on the air.
Chicago
Med.
So the first job I ever had out here was in ER, that program called ER, and everybody would say the same thing. It's like this, isn't it? Are you out of your mind? Of course it's not like this. You would need a XXX rating, and not for sex, but for the violence. The violence. No, you can never capture an emergency room. And while I was there doing filming, who comes and taps on my shoulder? One of my teachers from back in medical school. He goes, "This is where you ended up." I said, "Yes." "This is where you ended up." He goes, "Yeah, I couldn't take it anymore either." That's what happens. Film collects people that don't fit into the professions they studied for. When I did a wonderful series called Skin. It was with Ron Silver. It was our Jerry Bruckheimer project, and it was about
X-rated.
Oh no! It was very, very mainstream.
Okay.
Extraordinarily well written, but the subject matter was the porn industry, even though you never saw any of that.
You can't believe it. My brother is in the midst
amazing.
of writing a porno musical about,
It's possible,
about
sure.
that period.
Everybody loves porn to a degree.
He's looking for a book. Does your
I left.
Skin?
No, that was
Is
it.
it
That was the
outdated
TV
now, maybe?
series.
Yeah.
And the series was great, and really big actors on it.
Yeah.
Ron Silver was starring in it, but it was the crew.
Okay.
Film collects people that don't fit in.
And what were
we
you?
had 3 engineers, maybe 2 lawyers.
You were shooting at the hospital? Were you shooting?
No. This was while we were on the Warner Brothers Ranch.
Oh, okay.
Making this TV series.
Yeah.
But it was the crew. This was the most educated crew I'd ever been on. He's the sound mixer. Yeah, but he's got 2 degrees in biochemistry. Oh, look, he's just the boom operator. No. But he's got a medical degree and he's an engineer. And 3 lawyers lifting lights working as grips. It was incredible. None of us actually fit in the professions we studied for, so we got into film. And I do love movies.
But now, so you became a script supervisor, right?
I became a script supervisor.
And what is a script supervisor?
And thank you for asking, but nobody knows. I get calls. I do like to teach, so I get calls.
To do with the director. I was trying to read it in your book. Anyhow.
On any film set,
Yes.
there is a monitor, or 2, or 3, or 10. A monitor for each camera. You sit behind the monitors, and you can actually see what the camera is seeing. Prior to Jerry Lewis, he was the man that insisted this could be done, and the engineers created it for him. He changed all of filmmaking. Prior to that, let's say you were Hitchcock, you had to say, "Look up at your camera operator. Did you get it? I will kill you next week because I don't think you did." And that's how it worked. Now, the operator his life is not on the line because I can see what the camera sees. No, that didn't work. Let's go again. So at the monitor, there's 3 seats. And it's part of the hierarchy. Cinematographer, director, script supervisor. Script supervisor is the on-set editor. It takes at least 5 or 6
You're
years to get
checking
good
to make
at
sure
this.
that everything from scene to scene is exactly as
The
it
scene
should.
to scene, the transitions, the continuity. Oh, the continuity buck lands on my desk. If wardrobe screws up, yeah, they screwed up. I'm going to get the heat for it. I oversee all of it. Takes years to get good at it, but there does come a point where your cinematographer is going to look at you and go, "Can my camera go here?" The answer is no. You're over the line. You got to push your camera back here. I've done plenty of movies where we walk out there and the director says, "All right, here's the plan. Sandy's going to place the cameras. You light them, get them ready, shoot everything." And most DPs, not all, oh, I love that. It's a weakness. It all has to cut together. If you put the camera in the wrong spot, I'm going to probably know that as well as any cinematographer and more than most. There's a tact on set.
Is it unionized? Isn't everything unionized?
No.
Your sounds so freewheeling.
It is.
I thought everything was unionized.
No, it's not.
No?
There are union projects. There are non-union projects. The majority of work that gets done is non-union.
Non-union.
Non-union. Union, sure. If I'm on a Union set with
Is Union Studio, the big studios,
the big
essentially?
studios. If you hear Warner Brothers, if you hear Sony, if you hear any of the big names, that's going to be Union. But there's some of my most enjoyable projects I've ever done have been non-union. I always keep my own health insurance because I am not going to let the unions go, oh, you can't do that project. I'm sorry. I look back at my 30 years, the highlights of my life are all the non-union shows that I have done in the jungles of South America, in the mountains of Europe, Russia, East.
In the book, it seems you're always coming back from some obscure place.
I'm famous for working on crappy projects in the most exotic places on earth.
Are you still doing that?
Yes.
Huh?
I
What's
love
your latest?
it.
What's your latest credit?
Oh, you have to see this. It's out on Netflix now. It's a movie called The Ballad of Lefty Brown. Any location west of Pittsburgh, and I'm going to drive to it. Never fly. If you drive, you get to bring more crap with you. You're going to be there for 5 months.
Yes.
I bring as much of my stuff as I can.
see. So,
and I like to drive, and I like to fly. The Ballad of Lefty Brown. Yes, sir.
You should do a book, how to pack for that. I can see that, or an article.
I could have added that in there.
Okay.
True.
I'm an editor.
How to
Maybe
throw
we
your
could come up
stuff
with
and
something.
get ready to go overseas.
Just think of a second one. Okay, go ahead.
It's true. It's true. How to pack, how to get ready.
Absolutely.
I take
and taking the car
10% of what I used to take.
So you get your own job? Do you have to go? Is that
Of all the professions, script supervisors are one of the very few that do not get agents. The question is, why don't you get agents?
Wow.
Apparently, script supervisors, I'm typical of a script supervisor, very typical of a high-level one.
Okay.
Overeducated, A-type personality.
Yes.
Agents take one look at us. Script supervisors are a pain in the ass. We don't want to work with you.
Because you're so technical?
No, it's because we remember everything you say. And apparently, I had one agent say, you don't like to pay us for the jobs we don't get you. Well, yeah, why would I pay you for a job you don't get me? Oh, sorry, you signed the agreement. Every script supervisor argues about this, so nobody handles script supervisors. So yes, I have to find my own work. But we all do. All script supervisors do.
So do you follow a director? Is that I'm trying to see how you do it.
I get listings. I get there's Production Weekly. There's production bulletins from the unions. There are lists. First, let's say I'm looking for a gig.
Wait, do we have enough? Is enough in this book? I mean, a place where they could phone you. There's not a telephone in this book.
Oh, thank God! I don't want my phone number in that book.
Oh, you don't want?
Can you imagine? Can you
Yeah.
imagine? When the book first came out, Tommy Wiseau's rabid fans that don't want to be told that Santa Claus doesn't exist, they're very mad at me. But sorry, Santa Claus does not exist.
Well,
you need to.
I was gonna build a little more to it, but I guess we're gonna have to really talk about.
Ask me anything.
Now that you've written a book.
I'm an author.
Yes, and you've called it Yes, I Directed the Room.
Needed to be said.
Yes, it did. I guess it did. But I think it's so provocative. The whole idea is so provocative. Why don't you explain why you wrote this book?
What a story.
What
a story. And not
let's
overlapping
talk The Room.
this.
If everybody should know, The Room.
It's about The Room.
Was a movie that was in this book, and the comment was bomb, B-O-M-B. And they give Wiseau, Tommy Wiseau, saying he was one of the worst actors in the world, practically, in this book.
I have told people, if you think The Room is funny on an 80-foot screen, oh no, you need to be doing this from 5 feet away. That was probably 30 of the funniest days of my entire life.
But tell you how you got the gig. I mean, because it starts there.
I got the gig. I wrote about it, but I'll tell you. I got the gig because I had just finished a very big, very rewarding feature. 5-6 months of work, time to decompress.
Okay.
For most people don't understand that if you're one of the key players on a motion picture, you're the costume designer, the production designer, the cinematographer. You are working 16 to 18 hours a day for 5 straight months.
And he got $75. He about to get $75 a week.
Tommy. So when that movie ends, we're looking to decompress. go camping, lay in your pool, whatever it is. So I'm laying in my pool, decompressing, drinking a pitcher of margaritas, and I get a call from Raphael Smadja, who was the cinematographer on this. Tommy had rolled into Burns & Sawyer, bought over $1 million worth of film equipment that's going to be obsolete by next week. Yeah. Burns & Sawyer realizing, okay, what is the gremlin here? Well, the gremlin is the 30-day return policy. So they give Tommy, along with the equipment, Raphael, the cinematographer. Because if Raphael is being real enthusiastic about it, Tommy's not going to return the equipment, and whatever Raphael owes to Burns & Sawyer, they will cancel his debt.
And actually, isn't the set right behind the same building? Right?
There is a set. Yeah, I shot the room in a room. Yeah. You know, just because it says the room doesn't mean you need to shoot it in a closet. And I did, which made it even funnier. So Raphael calls me in. I didn't want to come in. He goes, you owe me, trust me, you have a degree in psychology, you have to come. Yeah, okay. I put on a Hawaiian shirt, because I was in the pool. I was still wearing my bathing suit. I'm still wearing my flip-flops. And I walk into Burns & Sawyer with damp clothes. Raphael is like, oh, thank God you're here. And I meet Tommy Wiseau. Arguably the strangest human being I have ever met in my entire life. And I worked as a psychiatric therapist. The man is crazy. Raphael knows me. He knew that if I just take one look at Tommy, I'm going to look back at Raphael and go, yeah, we got to put this guy on film. We need to share him with the world. There's going to be nothing funnier. So I'm on vacation. I need to decompress. Huffington
Wearing
Post,
a Hawaiian
this is
shirt.
It. Huffington Post asked me, why would you do this? For fun?
But it was right on that spot.
It's
right?
for fun. I just had the funniest moment of my entire life.
And didn't you question who's got the script?
Everything. There was no script.
You got Tommy 3 pages a day.
2 pages.
2
1
pages
page, 3 pages, 2 pages. Any pages today? No, I'll just make something up. That's what it was.
Because Wiseau was the producer and the star and the writer.
Dangerous.
All three.
Very dangerous combination.
Had never made a movie before,
No, he's clueless.
Absolutely.
He arrived on the day we're ready to shoot. There's the equipment. 6 actors that had never acted on film before. An entire crew, all on their first movie.
I noticed that
Raphael.
None of them have ever been done before.
Dude, he looks at me. Yes, we should go on the stage and discuss this. Oh, yes, I need to go on the stage and discuss this with my cinematographer. We closed the door. The 2 of us just died laughing. How do you want to do this? You're the director. Oh, God. Rebel without a cause.
Oh.
It's a standard line in the industry. This means we're going to shoot actors that really don't know anything, and we're going to shoot it all in masters. Getting coverage on these people is just not going to happen. But they all mean well. Everybody has a first time in the industry. Doesn't mean you know anything. As long as you're enthusiastic, as long as you have a good attitude, I can teach you the rest. And that's what it was. Those of us who are veterans, we owe the youngsters an education.
So how many days of shooting?
30 days. It was a 1-month project.
Oh, it really was a 1 month.
What everybody else says, it's not true.
And then the last day?
Okay, so Tommy loves to say, oh, Sandy quit. No, Sandy did not.
Yeah, I was trying to bring it up a different way, but he's bringing it up this way. Okay.
I was there every day, including the last day.
But on that last day,
what I had told Tommy after the second day of shooting, when I saw the problem coming, here in America, we always shoot love scenes on the last day of shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, when the actors know each other best. Now, no, this is not true. But looking at Tommy and looking at Julia Daniels and thinking my job as director is to protect this girl, and it is, number 1 job of any director is you protect your actors. Especially the actresses. And you protect them from men like Tommy or Harvey Weinstein or people like that.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I take that very
James
seriously.
Franco.
Yes.
But go ahead.
So here I am. I'm shooting. I got to protect her. Save the love scenes for the last day of shooting. The night before the last day, I give Tommy, these are the rules for shooting a love scene. Rules? Yeah, every director on the planet Earth has rules for shooting a love scene. I'm not going to direct pornography. I have a real career. This is never, ever going to happen. Besides, I'm a little opposed to all of this. I mean, in my life, porn is great. Everybody loves it. Not for me. and I won't direct this. I'm very serious about that. Well, Tommy argued with every rule I had. No, I need to do this. No, I need to do this. No, I need to do that. Oh, no, you are not. I arrived on the last morning. I was there every day. I took one look at Tommy, looked at him already walking around mostly nude.
Yeah,
the crew's not even here yet. I'm thinking, this is not going to work. Bye. See you later. And I drove away. Making calls to all the grips, the electricians, everybody. Protect that actress. He is not going to get out of control.
And what did you think when you left? When you left, did you realize what you were doing?
I was making a movie that nobody would ever see unless I did something to get it noticed. Directing opportunities are hard to get. You know this.
Yeah.
I've been a script supervisor for 30 years. I've directed plenty of movies without being credited for it. Lionsgate pumps in the money. They give me with the money. I got a first-time director. Well, yeah, I'm in a shot list for him. I'm going to carry him through it. I'm going to tell him, no, you got to go again. What? There's a shot you're missing? Really? Yeah. I came with the money. You're going to do the shot, or I'm going to call the money, and they're going to tell you to do the shot. That's why I'm here. Yes, you are the director, but I'm going to direct the movie for you, and you're going to put your name on it. Oh, great, yay. So, yeah, I'm ready to do my own directing career. I've directed a dozen movies that nobody ever knows I'm the director of, and I'm done doing that.
But Wiseau takes over from you on that last day, and that's why he claims credit as being the director?
No, and he didn't direct anything, ever.
Even the last
I'm not
scene?
even sure who directed those love scenes. I think just my cinematographer did. And it wasn't Raphael. Raphael had already, he was only there for a couple of weeks.
Your friend.
I called a friend of mine in who would like to remain nameless. You should not. You should claim credit for where it's due. He's a great guy. I won't mention him, but I'm fairly 99.9%. He directed the last day. Or let Tommy do what Tommy and Greg were doing. But they are not filmmakers, and they screwed it up. Horribly.
Let me now, about 5 minutes left, because I don't want you to. I want you to continue, because I want to know what happened and how you've been trying to get your credit on that
14 years.
movie.
I have watched. A week after shooting, Tommy throws his name on as director and takes mine off. On the slate, whenever we were shooting, no, my name has to be for director. Yeah, okay, who cares? Nobody will ever see this. Oh, so it was my job. I have a directing opportunity. There is a 1 chance in a million I'm going to get this noticed. So I'm going to do everything I can. The room, if there's not a shot in there, there's not at least 20 takes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
No, bigger, make it bigger.
So it's yours. I mean, we know it's yours. But you have no fallback position with. I mean, he is the one. Does he own the film?
He's the
therefore?
producer.
Because he's the producer,
call the shots.
and he put the money in.
Producers put the credits on IMDb. Am I the script supervisor? Yes. I was also the first AD
Oh,
and the director.
He gave you credit for.
He did. He was very unhappy about that, but yeah, I did. I was also the first AD and the director.
Oh.
He removed those. No, I am the director. No, you are not the director.
So you come back years
14
later.
years of ignoring this.
Yes.
Taking the high road while Tommy, he is bashing me online for 14 years. And most of it was really funny. And whatever set I'm on, I'm taking crap from the crew for it. You know, there's a thing, they throw spoons at the screen.
Yeah, yes, I want you to talk about that.
I love this.
So in the intervening years, it became a late night phenomenon all over the country where people would come and say it's the rottenest picture. But
it's not. It's the weirdest.
The weirdest.
You know, the worst movie
ever
made.
You use Citizen Kane. I think that's not a fair comparison.
Which?
Citizen Kane. You said
it's Citizen Kane. I didn't say that. Roger Ebert said that. I didn't say that. Jeez, Roger was awesome. Roger reviewed it. Let me back that up. First of all, no one person ever makes a movie. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah, all right.
No one person. Look at all the credits at the end.
Yeah.
As a director, most of your job is in prep. I didn't have any. So I'm having to fly by the seat of my pants on the set, but no one person. Why is The Room a success?
Because it's funny.
Because of my direction, Tommy's acting,
Tommy's
weird dialogue.
Yeah.
I tried to straighten it up.
3 pages at a time.
2 pages, 3 pages. I tried to straighten it up. Noun, verb, subject. The actors were all over me for that. But preserving some of that insanity, That was the fun.
Okay, what are you doing now? We got like 2.5 minutes left. Are you
well, I've
able to
been
fight
working,
it? So wait. So
okay,
what
sorry.
happens is now there is a movie. There is a movie called
There's a movie out called The Disaster Artist.
The Disaster Artist, starring James Franco,
And Seth Rogen
his
is
brother,
playing me.
and Seth Rogen.
Yes. Now, the movie is really about the relationship between Greg and Tommy. I suspect nobody really cares about that because the people come into the movie know it's because it's about the room.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's interesting, but I believe they probably shaded too much of the movie to that. In my opinion, everybody's got one.
Yeah.
They probably shaded too much of the movie to that and less about what the fans really wanted to see, which is about how I directed the room. So they're making the movie, and nobody's talking to me because they had to.
So
have
you
it-
know the movie is now shooting, and nobody's called you.
They won't even take my calls.
They won't even take your calls.
Nope, totally frozen out.
Okay.
Easy to figure out why. Tommy owns the room. They're making a movie about the room. It would have been. I have no proof. Would it be really easy for Tommy to go? You don't get the rights to the movie if you talk to Sandy. You can't.
Oh, yeah.
But he directed it. Yeah, sorry, you
But
can't
the
talk
other,
to him.
but what?
It's nuts. They made the deal. They know better.
The
So
irony-
they make a deal. They make a movie that features me. Seth Rogen is playing me, and a movie I directed. You would
But
think
you
they
have
would've-
no cause. There's nothing you can do
They-
except
oh, yeah,
write
but
a book.
I
write
wrote a book
and, go, and
to
tell what's
defend
going
myself
on.
and to tell the truth. And I had to start writing this a year before that movie came out,
Oh, okay.
so that they would come out at the same time. I had no idea what they wouldn't talk to me, and I had no idea what they were going to say about me. And it's comedy, so you know they're going to lie. So I was like, I have to tell the truth. 14 years of not telling the truth, and now these guys are going to blast that lie all over the planet Earth? Oh, no. I need to defend myself. And
What are you doing besides shilling for the book? Are you working on
Thank
any
you. I am
movies?
shilling for the book.
Any other movies?
I'm looking for my next project.
Yeah.
I just finished working on a feature called The Latin from Manhattan. And it's a story, it's a kind of a dark story, but it's a wonderful director, Thomas Mignon. I'm probably saying it wrong. And it's the story of the first non-white R-rated actress. And her name was Vanessa Del Rio. And she
yeah.
got noticed, and it's very interesting.
I saw something in the New York Times about
Yeah,
it.
it's dark, but fascinating. And I do love working with Thomas, so that's why.
We are through. We
You and I?
could have another, yeah.
I could talk for 3 more hours. It's
I
okay.
know,
We get to
I
cut it
know.
together.